In today's video, I'm going to be answering some of the most popular questions that we get around this annual election period, otherwise known as open enrollment. What's up, friends? Rob here. Some know me as the Medicare Minister, and today I'm going to tackle some of these really important and popular questions that we get year after year around this annual election period, or AEP period. And as we get ready to go into 2024, it's a very important period or very important time for you if you have a Medicare Advantage and a prescription drug plan. So you probably have seen tons of commercials already starting to come on TV. Maybe you're getting some mailers, some emails in regards to open enrollment or the annual election period, because it's the busiest time of the year for Medicare advisors like us, because it's one time a year that you can reshop and review your prescription drug plan as well as your Medicare Advantage plan. So one of the most popular questions that we get all the time is, do I reshop and review my Medicare supplement or Medigap plan? And the short answer is there is no need to do anything with your Medicare supplement or Medigap plan during open enrollment. And the reason for that is because you can do that any time of the year. There is a myth out there, or just a belief, that a lot of Medicare beneficiaries believe that you can only change or review or reshop your Medicare supplement plan one time a year, and that is not the case. And I generally recommend that if you haven't had your supplement at least 3 years and you have no lingering medical conditions, then there's really no need for you to reshop or review your plan. It's in my belief and in my opinion that, and I tell our clients here all the time, that I would not reshop your Medicare supplement plan if you haven't had it at least 3 years. And the reason for that is you're not going to see any significant savings if you've only had your plan 3 years or less. And actually, it's probably better to wait 4 to 5 years because you'll see more savings. However, there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of. Number one is, if you contracted or you have some lingering medical conditions, the chances of you getting a better rate is probably pretty slim. And you can make underwriting is involved in most states when you go to reshop your plan. If you go on Medicare for the first time, there's no underwriting involved. You're guaranteed the plan, so to speak. Your second and third time, in most states, underwriting's involved. So if you have some medical conditions that are lingering, or you've been in the hospital or some other challenges medically, the chances of you getting a better rate when you're reviewing it or reshopping your Medicare supplement, it's going to be pretty slim. So no need to do anything with your Medicare supplement or Medigap plan in open enrollment or the annual election period, because you can do that any time of the year. And if you want to kind of get more information on that and would love for us to review that for you, to answer those questions at no cost, no obligation to you, we work in most states. The number should be on the screen, and either myself or one of our advisors would be more than happy to help you with that. Number two is, should I go on a Medicare Advantage plan, or should I try a Medicare Advantage plan or Part C plan? And here's the bottom line. For me, when it comes to an advisor, when I'm recommending a Medicare Advantage or Part C plan to someone, is if you're paying a lot for your Medicare supplement, if you're paying over $250 and above, and you can't reshop that Medicare supplement due to your medications and medical history and medical challenges, then you may want to take a look at a Medicare Advantage plan, also known as a Part C plan, because it may save you thousands of dollars per year. But anything below $250 per month, that is, I don't recommend that for people to try a Medicare Advantage plan, just because the Medicare supplement with drug plan, being on original Medicare, is going to be the best coverage, the most comprehensive coverage that you can get. But there's one rule that I want to make you aware of, that if you say, well, you know, I'm not paying $250 a month or up for my Medicare supplement, but it is, you know, breaking the budget, it's getting a little tight, there's a rule that you need to be aware of called the Medicare Trial Right Rule. The Medicare Trial Right Rule. And the layman's version, the easiest way to explain this rule is, if I go on a Medicare supplement as a Medicare beneficiary for the first time, I have 1 year from the date that I go on a Medicare Advantage plan or Part C plan. I have a whole year to go back to my Medicare supplement plan. So Medicare gives me that trial right rule for 1 year to go back to the way that it was. And so this could be a good time for you to try a Medicare Advantage Part C plan, especially if it's getting too expensive for you and you need to save some money, especially due to rising inflation cost and medicine cost and other costs that are out there. This could be a perfect time. And just remember, you can always go back within that 1 year to your Medicare supplement without any underwriting questions. So that may be something that you want to take a look at. But should you try a Medicare Advantage plan, it's really up to you after you've been informed about all the pros and cons of going on a Part C plan versus what you have now. Once again, myself or one of our seasoned advisors would be more than happy to help you with that at no cost, no obligation to you. Simply just call the number on the screen. Now, before I answer question number 3 and the final question, if you are getting value out of this video, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe. This just allows us to help more Medicare beneficiaries like yourself. All right, the final question I'm going to address today in this short video is, do I make changes? Do I need to make changes to my Medicare Part D plan? And the answer to that is it's really going to depend after you sit down with an advisor, or if you do this on your own, going to sites like Medicare.gov and doing your own reviews. And you get all the information about the plan changes when it comes to premiums, deductibles, and other things for 2024. Each carrier has to send you what's known as an annual notice of change. And generally around September is when you begin to receive those changes. And it's going to highlight the changes for your current plan for the new year. Once again, like premium changes, deductible amounts, cost share amounts for medications, and so on and so forth. And I personally preach this to all of our people, the beneficiaries and clients that we deal with. And that is, I personally believe you should take time to review your drug plan every year, even if your medicines haven't changed or that you haven't had a new diagnosis that requires you to get to take more medications. You should still review, because I've seen it in the past where these drug plans go from a really low premium into a really high premium, and they put all that in their annual notice of change. So I personally preach that you should take a look at it every year, and you should review to make sure that you're happy and satisfied with all the changes of your current plan for the new year. Now, I'll stop here. Most of the beneficiaries that we deal with don't have to make a change because their plan is still good enough for them going into the following year. But at least take 15, 20, 30 minutes max to review those changes just to make sure you understand what you're going to be locked into for another whole year. And if you're happy with your current plan and you've made all these changes, you reviewed everything, all these changes that may happen to your plan, then there's no need to change anything. And once again, you can do this on your own at Medicare.gov. The link will be in the video description above. We'll also have a graphic on the screen here for you to type in and go to. You can try to do it on your own. Just most beneficiaries, they struggle doing that because it can be confusing. It can be overwhelming. They don't know some of the terminology. So what I recommend is, once again, letting a seasoned advisor like Agape help you review all of that to make sure that you don't get stuck on a drug plan for the following year that could wind up costing you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And we work in most states, and if we can't help you or we're not in that specific state, we have a network of trusted Medicare advisors that we can link you up with to make sure that you know exactly your plan for 2024. And I truly believe that the Part D plan, the Medicare Part D plan review, is really the most important review that you can do, because I see a lot of beneficiaries get stuck on bad plans, and unfortunately it's costing them a lot of money. Just the other day, we were at a food pantry that we did here locally in North Mississippi, and this lady was literally almost in tears because she had got put on a bad plan and it was not covering her medications correctly. And she actually had to take a loan out for her to get all of her medications covered. So I can't stress this enough to make sure that you read those annual notice of change documents, or simply call a seasoned advisor like us. The number's on the screen, and we'll make sure that you're on the best plan going in to the following year, in this case, 2024. Well, thank you for watching so much. God bless you guys, and we will see you on the next video.